Let me tell you something. It's possible. Whatever dream you have, whatever vision God put in your heart, it isn't too big, it isn't too crazy. And it isn't out of reach. But here's the deal, you got to believe it before you see it. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. If success were easy, everybody would have it. Do you think people just wake up and find themselves at the top? No, they grind for it, fight for it, pray for it, and refuse to quit when it gets hard. So let's talk about how you can make it happen. If you can't see yourself winning, don't expect to win. Too many people are walking around blind to their potential. They don't see themselves in that big house running that business or standing on that stage. They say, I'll believe it when I see it. That's backwards. You got to believe it first. Think about athletes. Do you think Michael Jordan or Serena Williams ever stepped onto a court not seeing themselves as champions? They didn't wait for the trophies to believe they were great. They saw it before it happened. They trained like it was already theirs. Your vision has to be stronger than your reality. Some of you are waiting for a sign, waiting for something to prove that your dream is real. But the proof is in your mind. If you can't close your eyes and see yourself living your dream, then how can you ever make it happen? The world only believes in you when you believe in yourself first. I know people who say, I just don't have the resources. Listen, your resources don't create your vision attracts your resources. You got to see it so clearly that you start moving toward it like it's already yours. When your mind is locked in, the opportunities will come. Some of you think, I don't deserve it. That's a lie you have been telling yourself for too long. If the dream is in your heart, it's meant for you. You don't need anyone's permission to dream big. You just need to trust that you are worthy of what you want. You got to put yourself in that future. Act like it's already happening. Walk with the confidence of someone who's already won. When people ask you what you do, don't say, I'm trying to be an entrepreneur. Say, I am an entrepreneur. Speak it. See it. Own it. Your life is only going as far as your vision. If you think small, you'll live small. But if you dare to think big, if you dare to see yourself winning, if you wake up every morning with a vision so strong that you can taste it, that's when your life starts to change. Fear is a liar. It will tell you, you aren't good enough. You aren't smart enough. You haven't got what it takes. That's a lie. Fear only has power if you listen to it, so stop listening. I've seen people with all the talent in the world sit on their dreams because fear whispered in their ear. Fear will keep you stuck. It'll have you overthinking, hesitating, waiting for the right time that never comes. It will rob you of opportunities, relationships, and success. And the worst part, fear isn't even real. Fear is nothing but a made-up story in your head. It's your mind playing tricks on you, showing you worst-case scenarios that haven't even happened yet. It's keeping you focused on failure instead of faith. The people who win in life, they feel fear, but they move anyway. Do you think successful people don't get scared? Of course they do. But they don't let it stop them. They push till they take the shot even when they don't know if it'll go in. They show up even when they don't feel ready. Because they know that fear is a test, and passing that test is what separates winners from everybody else. You can't let fear make your decisions. Every time fear tells you no, you got to say, watch me. Every time it tells you wait, you got to say, I'm going now. The minute you stop letting fear run your life, that's the minute your life starts to change. I've seen people live their whole lives in fear, and you know what they regret the most. Not taking the shot, not going after the dream, not starting a business, not saying yes. Fear makes you miss moments you can't get back. You got one life. You can live it afraid or you can live it bold. But let me tell you something to people who live it boldly. They are the ones who change the world. I don't care what mistakes you made. I don't care how many times you failed. That was yesterday. Your future doesn't care about your past. It only cares about what you do right now. Some of you are dragging your past behind you like a bag of bricks. You keep replaying old failures, old heartbreaks, and old disappointments. You keep telling yourself, I messed up too badly, I wasted too much time, it's too late for me. That's a lie. Your past is a lesson, not a life sentence. Everybody's got a past. Everybody's made mistakes. Do you think the most successful people in the world got there without failing? They failed big. They lost money. They lost opportunities. Some of them even lost everything. But you know what they didn't lose, their fight. They didn't let their past define their future. Have you ever noticed how people love to remind you of who you used to be? Oh, I remember when you were broke. I remember when you dropped out. I remember when you messed up that opportunity. Yeah, they remembered. That doesn't mean you got to stay stuck in that memory. People will try to keep you in a box based on who you were, but it's your job to step out of that box and show them who you are becoming. Some of you are waiting for somebody to permit you to move forward. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need anybody to tell you it's okay to change your life. The only permission you need is your own decision to start fresh, to start over, to chase what's ahead instead of what's behind. Every day you wake up, you get a new shot, a new chance, a new opportunity. I don't care if yesterday was the worst day of your life. I don't care if last year was a disaster. I don't care if the last 10 years have been nothing but pain and struggle. Today is a new day. What you do with it is up to you. The only thing standing between you and your future is the decision to let go of your past. The second you decide that your mistakes don't define you, the second you stop carrying around regret like a weight on your shoulders, that's the second your life starts moving forward again. The road to success is full of obstacles. People are going to tell you no. The doors are going to close in your face. You are going to have days where you feel like quitting. Push anyway. The struggle is what makes success taste so sweet. Everybody wants success, but not everybody is willing to go through what it takes to get there. Everybody wants to dream, but they don't want the grind. They want the reward, but they don't want the sacrifice. That's why so many people settle. That's why most people stay stuck, because the moment it gets hard, they start making excuses. They start backing down. They start convincing themselves that maybe the dream wasn't for them after all. Have you ever noticed how people love to admire success, but they don't want to acknowledge the struggle that came before it? They see the millionaire, but they don't see the sleepless nights. They see the athlete holding the trophy, but they don't see the years of training, the injuries, the losses, the failures. They see the business owner driving a nice car, but they don't see the years they worked for free, the times they almost lost everything, the risks they had to take. They see the victory, but they ignore the battle. And the battle ain't pretty. It's painful. It's lonely. It's frustrating. You're going to have times where nothing seems to be working. You are going to have days where you are giving everything you've got, and you are still not seeing results. You are going to question yourself. You're going to wonder if it's even worth it. And that's where most people quit right when they are closest to the breakthrough. But listen to me. Hard doesn't mean impossible. Just because something is difficult doesn't mean you can't do it. The difficulty is what makes it worth it. If success were easy, if building wealth were easy, if becoming great were easy, everybody would do it. Everybody would be rich. Everybody would be fit. Everybody would be winning. But they are not, because the work is what separates the committed from the comfortable. You got to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to wake up early while everybody else is sleeping? Or are you willing to stay late when everybody else is going home? Are you willing to study, to train, to sacrifice, to take risks while everybody else is making excuses? Because that's what it takes. The price of success is high, and the question ain't, is it possible? The question is, are you willing to pay the price? The truth is, most people won't. Most people will give up when it gets hard. Most people will settle for average because average is comfortable. But you ain't most people. If you were, you wouldn't be listening to this right now. You wouldn't have that fire in your heart telling you that you are meant for more. You wouldn't have that dream that keeps you up at night, that voice inside of you saying, keep going. That's your proof that you are built differently. That's your proof that you have what it takes. But you got to be willing to fight for it. You got to be willing to endure. You got to be willing to stand in the fire and say, I won't quit until I get there. Growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. If you only do what feels safe, you'll never grow. The magic happens when you step out on faith and take a risk. Too many people are stuck because they refuse to be uncomfortable. They want success, but they don't want the discomfort that comes with it. They want to be in shape, but they don't want to feel the burn in the gym. They want the promotion, but they don't want to take on new challenges. They want to start a business, but they don't want to face the uncertainty. They want the reward, but they are afraid of the struggle. And that's exactly why most people never level up, because they are too busy trying to stay comfortable. Let me tell you something. Comfort is the enemy of progress. Every successful person you admire had to go through discomfort to get where they are. They had to deal with doubt, fear, pressure, rejection, failure, and struggle. They had to do things that scared them. They had to step into rooms where they felt like they didn't belong. They had to take on challenges that made them question if they were even good enough. But instead of running from the discomfort, they leaned into it. They understood that feeling uncomfortable wasn't a sign to stop, it was a sign that they were growing. Think about when you are in the gym lifting weights. The first few reps might feel easy, but then the burn kicks in. That's the moment when your muscles start to grow. That discomfort, that pain, that's the process. If you stop when it starts to hurt, you never get stronger. If you stop when you start to sweat, you will never build endurance. The same goes for your dreams. The moment things get hard, the moment you feel like giving up, that's when you are getting stronger. That's when the breakthrough is coming. But you got to push through. You got to train your mind to handle discomfort. If you are scared of public speaking, start speaking. If you hate networking, start shaking hands. If you are afraid of failing, start failing faster. The more you expose yourself to discomfort, the stronger you become. What used to scare you won't scare you more. What used to feel impossible will start to feel normal. The situations that used to intimidate you will start to feel like second nature. That's what growth looks like. Some of you are waiting to feel ready. You are waiting for the fear to go away. You are waiting to feel confident, but confidence doesn't come first, action comes first. You don't become confident by sitting still. You become confident by doing the thing that scares you over and over until it doesn't scare you anymore. You become confident by showing up every day and proving to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. Your next level is waiting for you, but it ain't inside your comfort zone. It's at risk. It's in the challenge. It's in the moments where you feel unsure, unqualified, unprepared, but you show up anyway. Every time you choose to push past the discomfort, every time you step into the unknown, every time you refuse to back down, you are getting one step closer to the life you were meant to live. Some of you are waiting for the perfect moment to chase your dream. Listen, there is no perfect time. The perfect time is the moment you decide you are ready. Too many people are sitting on their dreams, waiting for all the stars to align. They are waiting until they have more money, waiting until they feel more confident, waiting until they have more experience, waiting until next year, next month, next week. And you know what happens? Years go by and they are still waiting. They keep telling themselves, one day I'll do it. But one day ain't on the calendar. The only day you have is today. Some of you are waiting in fear to go away before you start. Let me tell you something, fear doesn't leave. It's always going to be there. Do you think successful people don't feel fear? Of course they do. The difference is they move anyway. They don't let fear paralyze them. They don't wait until they feel 100% ready, because nobody ever feels 100% ready. If you wait for fear to disappear, you'll be waiting your whole life. Are you waiting for more money? The truth is, most people start with nothing. Do you think every millionaire started with $1 million? No. They started broke, struggling, trying to figure it out. They didn't wait until they had everything. They started with what they had. You think every entrepreneur knew exactly what they were doing before they launched their business? No. They figured it out along the way. You can't wait for resources to come first. You got to start moving, and the resources will catch up. Do you think you need more time? Time is the one thing you ain't ever getting back. Every second you spend waiting is a second you could be building. A second you could be learning. A second you could be growing. If you don't start today, a year from now, you are going to wish you had. 5 years from now, you are going to look back and realize that you could have been way further along if you had just started. Some of you are waiting for a sign. You are waiting for somebody to come tell you it's time to start. Let me save you the wait. This is your sign. Nobody is coming to permit you. Nobody is going to knock on your door and hand you your dream. If you don't go get it, you ain't going to get it. If you don't make a move now, you are going to wake up 10 years from now in the same spot, telling the same story about how you were about to start. The people who win in life are the ones who start before they feel ready. They start out scared. They start unprepared. They start with doubts in their mind, but the difference between them and everybody else is they start. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They create the moment. They take the risk. They step out on faith, and they figure it out along the way. Look around at the people in your life. Are they pushing you forward or holding you back? Because let me tell you something, your environment will make or break you. Too many people stay stuck because they are surrounded by small-minded folks. They are trying to dream big while hanging around people who don't believe in dreams at all. They are trying to go higher while surrounded by people who don't want to leave the ground. Listen, if you keep hanging around people with no ambition, no drive, and no vision, don't be surprised when your life looks just like theirs. The people around you are either fueling your fire or putting it out. If all you hear is negativity, that's too risky, you ain't got what it takes, that'll never work. After a while, you start believing it. You start shrinking your dreams to fit their expectations. You start doubting yourself because they doubt you. But the truth is, they ain't doubting you because you can't do it. They are doubting you because they can't see it for themselves. You need to be around people who think bigger than you, people who inspire you, people who challenge you, people who are already where you are trying to go. Have you ever noticed how winners hang out with winners? Millionaires don't spend their time with folks who just sit around complaining about how life ain't fair. Champions don't train with people who aren't willing to push themselves. They surround themselves with people who make them better. Some of you are holding on to the wrong crowd because you are afraid of leaving people behind. But let me ask you this, are they afraid of holding you back? If they are comfortable watching you stay stuck, why are you uncomfortable moving on? Growth requires separation. Everybody can't go with you. Some people are meant to be in your life for a season, but they ain't meant to be in your future. And if you keep holding on to them, they are going to keep holding you down. If you want to be successful, get around successful people. If you want to be a boss, start hanging around bosses. If you want to be great, find people who are already great and learn from them. You need to be in rooms where you are the smallest thinker so you can grow. You need to be in conversations that stretch your mind, that force you to level up, that push you to be better. The right people will inspire you, challenge you, and hold you accountable to your goals. If you have people in your life who don't support your vision, who don't believe in your dream, who don't push you to be better, you got to make a choice. Either stay where you are and keep playing small, or elevate your circle and start moving toward greatness. The people around you will either push you to your highest level or keep you trapped in mediocrity. Choose wisely. You can't just wish for success, you got to work for it. You can't just sit around hoping things change, you got to make a move. Faith without works is dead. You can pray all day, but if you don't get up and put in the effort, nothing's going to happen. Too many people are waiting for a miracle while doing nothing to prepare for it. They're asking for doors to open, but they won't even get up and knock. They are praying for opportunities, but when one comes, they hesitate. Listen, God ain't going to bless you with something you are not willing to work for. He will guide you. He will strengthen you. He will open the right doors, but it's up to you to walk through them. Some people think faith means sitting back and waiting. That's not faith. That's laziness disguised as patience. Faith is stepping out when you don't see the whole staircase. Faith is putting in the effort, even when the results ain't showing yet. Faith is believing that if you do your part, God will handle the rest. But he's waiting to see if you are serious. He's waiting to see if you are willing to grind, to push, to sacrifice. When you ask for something, are you prepared for it? If you are praying for a better job, are you improving your skills? If you are asking for financial freedom, are you learning how to manage money? If you are praying for success, are you putting in the work day in and day out? You can't just throw up a prayer and then sit back expecting life to hand you something. You got to move. The people who win in life aren't just the ones who pray, they are the ones who pray and hustle. They don't just dream they wake up and get to work. They don't just ask, they put themselves in a position to receive. They understand that God rewards effort, discipline, and persistence. He sees the late nights. He sees the early mornings. He sees the times you kept pushing when you wanted to quit. And he honors that kind of faith. Some of you are waiting for everything to be perfect before you start. But faith is about moving before you see the outcome. It's about believing that if you plant the seeds, God will bring the harvest. But here's the thing, seeds don't grow if they ain't planted. You got to take that first step. You got to start working. You got to start building, even if you don't see the results right away. Because when you stay faithful to process, the results will come. Pray like it depends on God, because it does. But work like it depends on you, because it does. When you combine faith with action, there's nothing you can't achieve. You'll start to see doors open that you never expected. You'll start to attract the right opportunities, the right people, and the right situations. Because faith and work together create momentum. And once you get that momentum, nothing can stop you. Let's get something. Excuses don't pay bills. You can sit there all day and tell this why you can't do that, why you are not where you want to be. But at the end of the day, nobody cares. And the bills still come. The rent still needs to be paid. The car note still needs to be paid. The kids still need food on the table. Excuses don't pay anything. You can complain about your job, about your situation, about the economy, about the government, but none of that is going to change your life until you decide to change it yourself. Life doesn't care about your excuses. The world doesn't care about your reasons for not moving forward. If you don't take action, nothing is going to change. If you want to see change, you got to stop talking about it and start doing something about it. We all have problems. We all have struggles. We all have challenges. Do you think you are the only one who's been through some tough times? Do you think you are the only one who's had to deal with setbacks, disappointments, and struggles? No, everybody goes through something. But the difference between the people who win and the people who stay stuck is that the winners keep going no matter what. They don't sit around making excuses. They find a way. You can sit around and say, I can't because, and then list all the reasons why you haven't made progress yet. I can't because I don't have enough money. I can't because I don't have the skills. I can't because it's too hard. But let me tell you something, I don't care about your can'ts. The world doesn't care about your can'ties. What you need to focus on is what you can do, and then do it. Stop looking for reasons why you can't, and start looking for reasons why you can. Some of you are stuck in a cycle of complaining. You complain about your job, your finances, your life. You sit there talking about what's wrong, but you don't do anything to fix it. And then you wonder why things never change. Let me tell you something, nothing changes until you do. Complaining never made a dollar. Complaining never paid a bill. Complaining never made anyone's life better. Action is what makes things happen. And if you want something different, you got to get up and make it happen. The truth is, you'll always have a reason not to do something. You'll always have a reason to stay stuck, to stay comfortable, to stay in the same spot. But here's the thing, life doesn't care about your comfort zone. The world keeps moving whether you move with it or not. The bills keep coming whether you are ready or not. And you can't keep blaming the world for your situation if you are not willing to take responsibility and make a change. Excuses don't pay bills. Your hustle pays bills. Your determination, your discipline, your willingness to sacrifice, your commitment to showing up every single day. That's what gets results. If you want to pay your bills, if you want to take control of your life, you need to stop making excuses and start putting in the work. Because at the end of the day, nobody cares about your excuses, but everybody cares about your results. The words you speak are powerful. They can either build your dreams or tear them down. What you say about yourself, about your goals, about your future has a direct impact on whether you reach those dreams or not. If you keep speaking negativity over your life, guess what? You are planting seeds of failure. But when you speak life, when you speak success, when you speak victory, you start planting seeds of greatness. A lot of people talk about their dreams like they're just wishful thinking. Oh, I would love to have a business, but it's too hard. I want to be successful, but I don't know if I can do it. I dream about being healthy, but I don't think I'll ever get there. That kind of talk is poison to your future. Every time you speak doubt, every time you speak fear, you are speaking death into your dreams. Your words shape your reality. And if your words are filled with negativity, then that's exactly what you'll attract. It's time to change your language. Start speaking life over your dreams. Start saying things like, I will be successful. I will build that business. I am capable of achieving everything I set out to do. Speak those words as if they have already happened. Speak confidently. Speak victory. Speak belief. The more you speak life into your dreams, the more you feed them, the more they grow. The universe has a way of responding to your energy. And when you speak with confidence and faith, you start seeing the opportunities that were always there. You have to stop telling yourself that things are too hard. You've got to stop saying that your dreams are too big, that you are not smart enough, that you don't have what it takes. That's all lies. When you speak those things over yourself, you are closing doors before they even open. Instead, tell yourself, I've got what it takes. I am capable of handling whatever comes my way. I have everything inside me to make this happen. Every time you speak life into your dreams, you activate the power within you to turn those dreams into reality. Words carry weight. When you say, I can't, you are reinforcing your limitations. But when you say, I can, you are setting yourself up for success. It's not about ignoring the challenges you'll face along the way. It's about knowing that your words are the foundation for the actions you take. When you speak life, you create a mindset of possibility. You begin to see solutions instead of problems. You start to believe that success is possible. And when you believe that, you take the actions that prove it. Start speaking life over your struggles too. Don't just talk about your challenges, talk about how you are going to overcome them. Instead of saying, this is too much for me, start saying, I've overcome challenges before, and I'll do it again. This too shall pass. Speak strength. Speak perseverance. Speak faith. Your words will push you forward even when things get tough. You have got to see the result in your mind first. You have got to speak victory into existence long before you see it with your eyes. Your dreams are alive, but you need to breathe life into them. Speak over your dreams every day. Speak success. Speak abundance. Speak health. Speak growth. Speak confidently. Your words shape your world. And when you start speaking life over your dreams, you start attracting the opportunities, the people, and the circumstances that will bring them to life. So stop talking defeat and start talking victory, because what you speak is what you'll see. Too many people spend their time looking at what others are doing. They're watching someone else's journey, comparing themselves to others, thinking they should be further along, wishing they had what they have. But let me tell you something, comparison is the thief of joy. You can't run your race while trying to run someone else's. The moment you start focusing on other people's progress is the moment you stop focusing on your own. You've got your lane, your path, your purpose. Stop trying to mimic someone else's success. You don't know what they have had to sacrifice to get there, what struggles they have had to endure, or what battles they have fought behind closed doors. You are comparing your chapter 1 to their chapter 20. You don't need to copy what others are doing. You need to focus on what's meant for you. Your vision, your goals, and your journey are unique. Don't get caught up in someone else's timeline. Staying in your lane means having the discipline to block out distractions and stop looking around at what everyone else is doing. It's easy to get distracted by social media, by the success stories you see on Instagram and Facebook, but remember, every person has their timeline. Some people might get their breakthrough in 2 years, others might take 10. It doesn't matter. Your race is not their race. You don't know what they are going through behind the scenes. Don't get distracted by other people's highlights. Keep your eyes on your prize. When you run your race, you don't just focus on the finish line. You focus on the steps in front of you, one step at a time. Success doesn't happen overnight. It happens with daily dedication, consistent effort, and relentless focus. It's about showing up every single day and doing what you know needs to be done, even when you don't see immediate results. When you stay in your lane, you trust the process. You trust that each step you take is one step closer to where you are supposed to be. You need to stop chasing other people's success and start building your own. Too many people compete with others, trying to outdo everyone around them. But that's not how it works. Your success isn't determined by what other people are doing. It's determined by how committed you are to your vision. It's about how much you are willing to work, how much you are willing to sacrifice, and how much you are willing to believe in your potential. The only person you need to compete with is the person you were yesterday. Stay in your lane and focus on your journey. It's okay to admire others, but don't get lost in the comparison game. It's okay to learn from others, but don't try to replicate their path. Your lane is just as important, just as worthy, and just as full of potential. You have your own story to write, your own goals to achieve, and your race to run. Keep your eyes on the road ahead and keep pushing forward step by step. There will always be people ahead of you. There will always be people behind you, and that's okay. Your race is your race. So don't worry about where anyone else is in their journey. Focus on your progress. Celebrate your victories, no matter how small they seem. Keep running your race with everything you have got, because at the end of it, you are the one who gets to cross that finish line and claim the victory. Stay in your lane, run your race, and trust that your time is coming. Too many people quit just before the breakthrough. They work hard for a while, they hustle, they push, they grind, and then when things get tough, they give up. They walk away because it's hard. They walk away because they don't see the results right away. But here's the reality: success doesn't come to the people who quit early. Success comes to the people who don't stop, no matter what. The road to success is never straight. There will be bumps. There will be detours. There will be setbacks. There will be moments when you feel like you are not getting anywhere. You'll be tired. You'll be frustrated. You'll be tempted to quit. But quitting is never the answer. You are closer to your goal than you think. Just because things aren't going the way you planned doesn't mean they are not going the way they are supposed to go. Stay the course. Keep pushing. You might be thinking, I've been working so hard for so long, and I'm not seeing the results I want. Let me tell you this: you are not going to see results every day. You are not going to see them every week or even every month. But the effort is never wasted. Every day you show up, you are putting in the work. Every day you push forward, you are building momentum. The results might not be visible yet, but they are coming. And if you quit now, you'll never see the rewards of your hard work. There will be days when you don't feel like getting up. There will be days when you are exhausted. There will be days when you want to throw in the towel and say, I'm done. But those are the days that count the most. Those are the days that separate the winners from the quitters. When you push through the tough days, when you keep going even when you don't feel like it, that's when you are showing your true character. That's when you are proving to yourself that you are serious about your goals. You don't know what's just around the corner. The breakthrough you have been working for could be right around the next bend. You might be one more phone call, one more email, one more step away from everything you have been striving for. But if you stop now, you'll never know how close you were. Keep your head down, keep grinding, keep pushing, because you are closer than you think. Don't stop until you get there. The key to success is perseverance. The key to success is consistency. The key to success is never giving up, no matter how tough the jets. The people who make it are the ones who keep going when others stop. They keep showing up when they are tired. They keep moving forward when it feels impossible. And that's what makes them winners. They don't stop. They don't quit. They get there. So don't stop. Don't stop when it gets hard. Don't stop when you are discouraged. Don't stop when you are tired. Don't stop when you don't see the results yet. Keep going, because the only way to fail is to quit. And you are not a quitter. You are a fighter. You are a go-getter. So get up, keep moving, and don't stop until you get there.